With a spark and a flash, I ignite! Ampamine here, coming at you with some more Payday 2 Crimefest news! Today is the very first day of Crimefest, and it is a very good day indeed! Because Overkill has immediately released an update having directly to deal with how the black market and the gun system works. And a bunch of the things they've done is really, really nice. The first thing that they did is that they removed rounding on all of the damage figures. So, let's see, I have to find one. I was looking around before, but I got too excited, I had to start talking about it. Yes! But, you'll see that with certain, there we go. Now, with certain items, you'll see the damage, like base damage is 39.9, and the base damage is 40, the total damage is 39.9, mod minus 2, skill plus 1.9. So the game will no longer actually round anything. Instead, it'll show you the exact numbers the internal game calculations are using. So it's a much better indication of what's better than the other thing, and you can make much more informed decisions based on the real numbers and the underlying mechanics of the game, instead of kind of having to sort of guess at these sorts of things. They also retooled, I believe, the scale for things. So you'll see, like, this is an accuracy of 52, this has an accuracy of 60, this has an accuracy of 64. These numbers weren't quite as high before now, and so I think they expanded those so you can get more granularity, and so you know exactly what it is any given weapon modification or change will actually do. And they also completely changed, you probably saw this really quick, they also happened to change the actual screen for modifying things. This is my STRYK 18C, and instead of having to look, preview weapon without mod, preview weapon with mod, that sort of thing, and actually look at it and then go back to another screen, it's all right here. It stays right here in this screen, and you can just look at it as you modify things, preview weapon with mod. Now you know exactly what it's going to look like without having to go back and forth from that screen, which is really, really neat. And, as you can see, if you preview weapon with mod, you can still change it so that you can stack multiple different mods, see how different ones look. It's very, very, very cool. So you can, preview it without the stock, and then go to the magazine, preview it with the mod. It's very, very cool. I like this a lot. And, happily enough, they did a rebalancing, which I believe that was the scales one, which I believe, if I recall correctly, I actually said might be a balance update, and I am pretty sure, I'm almost positive I said that. So that means I was right. Yes, vindication! Vindication for Ampamine! And I am happy about that, because they said that they were balancing it for the higher difficulties, which, as far as I understand, means that they are trying to balance, they're trying to balance things for Death Wish difficulty, instead of just balancing things around very hard to overkill, which is going to be really nice, because I foresee that, I can't guarantee, but I foresee that being really, really helpful in terms of keeping certain builds viable in Death Wish difficulty, which is totally awesome. Because now you won't necessarily have to play really hard to the meta in order to succeed. And that is just, oh yes, that is so great and so awesome. I can't even begin to contain myself. I don't know about any of the other heisters around, but I'm going to spend a really, really long time tinkering with all of my weapons and seeing what I can do with them now, and how they're going to be changed, or what's going to be different about them. This is a really, really awesome update. I am super happy for this. Yes, and an interesting thing that they also added, which has been something that the community has been asking for a very, very long time. I haven't seen any of these because I haven't yet played any of this. I just got the time to make this video a little while ago, so I'm still pretty fresh. I just read everything and looked at everything and it's just, oh yes! Oh hell yes! Awesome! Haha! But yes, now, they have weapon skins that you can apply to your weapons to just make them look completely different. I haven't gotten any of the weapon skins, I haven't really seen any of the weapon skins, but now you don't need Goon Mod to modify your weapons. Now, whether they're going to have weapon skins and weapon colors anywhere near the complexity and variety that Goon Mod has, but that's still really, really cool. That I think that they're listening to people, and a lot of people, from what I understand at least, a lot of people use Goon Mod because they wanted to have their weapons look really neat. They wanted to do the same things to their weapons that they could to their masks, say. So that means that they're listening and that they're trying to improve that, and it's awesome. And a few interesting things that they also added was that now you have a chance to drop safes in the card loot drop system. And interestingly enough, they actually added a Steam inventory button. So I believe they said that at least safes can be added to our Steam inventory now, which is really, really, really neat. I like this because this means that it's something to engage the community more. It's something to have people swap things to get exactly what they want instead of having to just wait for, maybe the right card drop will eventually get you what you want. I'm sure everybody in this game has been there where there's just that one mod they want for the one weapon that they really like using, and it never comes. It just doesn't. You just can't get it. No matter how many times you complete Jewelry Store, no matter how many times you use the offshore card buying, it just doesn't matter. You can't seem to get that freaking weapon modification for what you want. And I'm really hoping that this alleviates that problem. It's still kind of up in the air. They haven't said too much about it, but the option is there, and they say that you're going to be able to see your weapon skins, drills, and safes in the game, which is awesome! Haha! It's honestly, I think this is going to be really, really cool. And so yeah, with the changes to the black mark modification menu, the changes to the way that they're displaying the weapon statistics and the rebalance, that's, I believe, all that they're releasing for today's Crimefest update. But that is a lot of really, really cool stuff. I cannot wait to see what they're going to be doing with the rest of everything. Honestly, this is already starting out with a thumbs up from me. They get the Ampamine seal of approval. They have done some really cool stuff. They had a really fun challenge system that wasn't too difficult, but it actually engaged the player base in playing in different ways than they usually do. It's just great, honestly. And I know a lot of people have sore spots on Overkill where they kind of try to hype things up and they don't really deliver. But I think this is really, really good on their part. This is a thumbs up from me. And I am probably going to be doing a lot of heisting just to see what works now and what doesn't. I'm going to be redoing a bunch of build trees, I can already tell. And honestly, I hope all of you do too, because it's great, and best of all, it's free. And in that vein, everything Payday 2 is up to 75% off, and Payday 2 is free to play for the next 10 days for the entirety of Crimefest. So even if you don't play Payday 2, even if you don't really know much about it, you have the chance to get it and download it and play it for a really, really long time. This is not just a free weekend, this is over a free week. So, honestly, all y'alls, get to heisting, liberate the cash from those horrible banks, liberate all of those drugs from the wrong people, and dang it, have some fun while doing it. This has been me, Ampamine, coming at you with some Payday 2 and Crimefest news! And I will catch all of you on the flip side.